lets them know this is not going to be an easy task. It messes with their report. It messes with their surveying. It messes with their diagnosis. It messes with what ought to be a blessed promise. It becomes a burden problem. Y'all need to hear that. Because some of us are here today and we're wondering why it is that you face limit after limit after limit. You face struggle after struggle after struggle and resistance after resistance after resistance in your life. I need you to know that's just the red tape. But don't allow that to mess with your report. Y'all need to hear that. Don't let it mess with your testimony. Don't allow it to mess with your mindset and your mentality. Don't let the red tape get in the way of your joy, your peace, your happiness, your praise, and your worship. Can I paint the picture for you? It's like this, y'all. Like a child at Christmas time who has a Christmas wish list of 10 items. Mom and daddy work hard to ensure that the child gets all, if not as many of those items as possible. There's one item on the list. They try, they online, going from store to store, they're not able to find. And that child on Christmas Day opens up 9 gifts and not 10. Child becomes discouraged and disheartened because though the 9 are exactly what he or she wanted, the 10th is somewhere missing. And I need somebody to catch that right now. And this is how the red tape can mess with you. You are already blessed. God has provided things for you. He is the ultimate physician in your life. And just because the 10th thing is still missing from your life, don't allow it to get in the way of your report. Don't let it mess with your testimony. Don't allow it to mess with the positivity of your story. But you ought to give God praise anyhow. Do I have anybody here that can begin to give God praise over the 9 things you have? Give God praise over the fact that you are still here. Give God praise over the reality that you may not have a lot of money, but God keeps blessing you over and over again. Somebody ought to give God praise over what you already have. Don't allow what you don't have to mess with the report of God, but praise God for what God has already done in your life. You ought to begin to give God praise right now and say, God, I thank you. I may not have every prayer answered, but I thank you. I may not be walking in every promise yet, but I thank you. I may not have everything by way of breakthrough that I had on my wish list, but I thank you for what I already have. Somebody ought to begin to give God praise right now for the